have you been seeking a change in like your day-to-day life, right? Like, are you kind of getting maybe a little bit bored or a little bit like, I feel like I need to learn more. I feel like I want to develop a new skill, or maybe you feel like I'm ready to get outside my comfort zone and challenge myself a bit more these days. Like, are you in your 40s and you're like, okay, I feel like I'm ready for a challenge here from like age 40 to 50. But you're like, I don't know what that's going to be. I don't know what that's going to look like. And if you're thinking, if the answer is yes, awesome. You're going to love this video. This is for you, because that's kind of like where I'm at in my life now too, as far as feeling that way. And I want to talk about that with you. So if you are new to my channel, to my work, my name is Nikki McMillan. I've been a women's life coach for almost 8 years. Nowadays, I focus a lot on helping women rediscover their self-worth, really prioritize self-care, and just really create this aligned life, right? Like starting to show up on the day-to-day in life, in your relationships, with family, with work, fill in the blank, to where it feels good to you, authentic to you, aligned for you. So that's a little bit about me, my work, the topics I talk about on this channel here. And if that interests you, subscribe and hit that bell's notification so you don't miss a video that I put out each week. So let's dive back into this. Are you at a place to where you're like, things are pretty good. It's actually not that bad. I'm pretty content. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful for my job, or I'm grateful, just for your life. You're like, things aren't bad at all. Yet, something doesn't seem quite right, or something feels like it's missing. I'll raise my hand to that too. And this doesn't mean something's wrong with you. This doesn't mean anything. This doesn't mean that you're ungrateful. It doesn't mean you're a selfish person. It doesn't mean anything, bad. Because as, life goes on, as you reach new seasons, new stages, as you are just getting older and you've had more life experience, your perspective is going to change. What you want, things you're interested in, are going to change. And I feel like, my advice and my 2 cents on this is step into that. Follow that desire, follow that feeling. All right. And the reason why is because you don't want to, I feel like if we just kind of keep coasting along with like nothing's wrong, I should be grateful, things are good, and you're just kind of like sticking with that, and you kind of get like a little stagnant, you're just coasting with that feeling, I feel like that's where depression can lead in. I feel like that's where you just kind of feeling blah can really start to take over your life. Like you feel like you don't have like a purpose or meaning. So pay attention to that feeling, lean into it. So personal example, what I am starting to entertain, like thoughts, like with my thoughts and ideas and maybe some action I'm going to be taking on this in the next week or so, is like, okay, so I've had my coaching practice for almost 8 years. I love what I do. I love my clients. I love that one thing I'm starting to do more of now that my daughter's older, almost 3, is really starting to host more retreats, at least 2 a year. My next one, if you're interested, go to the description box and you can apply to come. My next women's retreat actually is going to be January 2nd through the 4th, 2026. So in about 5-6 months. If you're interested in learning more about that, go to the description, click on the link, and, read about it, what's going to be about, a lot of it's self-worth, self-care, how to set boundaries, how to get outside your comfort zone, things like that. So you can check that out. But to get back on topic here, if you are feeling pulled, called to just expand yourself, to shake things up, to get out of your comfort zone, do it. So a little bit about my background. Before I started coaching pretty much exclusively for the last 8 years, I have a background in sales, insurance sales, mortgage sales. I mean, I'm 41, I got into insurance and financial services and advising, like 15 years ago. And I still do that. I still have that on the side. Like I have, past clients that will reach out to me. I'll still help them out and service them. Friends come to me, family, referrals, all of that. So it's just kind of, I keep my license up to date, keep doing policies and annuities like maybe a few times a year. But I'm also like, I want something a bit more like challenging, but I also want to be compensated for it as well. And really the biggest thing, guys, is, my daughter's almost 3. She's in daycare 4 days a week. My husband is home every other Friday. So I'm like, and I'm kind of like, I have all this time. I am like doing things, but I also had this time to where I'm like, I want to be more intentional with this time, flexibility or time, freedom, I guess you could say. I want to like be more intentional and purposeful with it, not just kind of, doing like whatever. Like I am like doing things, but I'm like, okay, where can I challenge myself to really get out of my comfort zone, learn some new skills? I am missing more social interaction in my day-to-day. I mean, when you're running a coaching practice online, like me, a lot of my work task, it's all from my home office upstairs. Me and myself and my laptop and this and a camera and Zoom, which I love doing, but this isn't like, all day work. This is like a few hours out of the day. So I'm seeking something more. I want more connection. I would love to build some more relationships local to me. I would love to learn, just like to be challenged and kind of like get back into the sales game, like the outside sales. And, a lot of like what I'm used to doing and really what I won't settle for is if I'm doing sales, really working hard, facing rejection almost nonstop, having tough conversations, putting myself out there. Like my standard at this point, and that's just because this has been like my past like history, life experience, it is a 6-figure income. It's not salary 6 figures, it's commission based. So I do want that opportunity to make 6 figures based on the effort I put in. So that's just something I'm thinking about, in the back of my mind, that's actually coming towards the middle in front of my mind. I'm like, what are some opportunities like that? Some companies that maybe are a little bit more evolved and up to date with like respecting that people are changing their values and how they live life to include their family towards a bit more balance. I feel like there are some companies who get that, people are parents, they want to be present, and they need flexibility. So I'm sharing this because if you have been doing something for a long time, you have probably built an identity around it. Like, okay, so I have been, let's just say, for example, maybe you have an identity or really just a big comfort zone of working at this certain job or having this certain title or this position, let's say for maybe, a decade. And your identity is like based on that. And also, it's just a comfort zone. You're like, you know what to do. You've been in this for this long. A lot of your self-worth comes from this job or this title and this income and whatever. But you're like bored out of your freaking mind. You're kind of like maybe really dying a slow death inside. You're like, I got to get up and I got to do this again today. You're just kind of like sick of it. Is there room to give yourself permission to maybe entertain a new career or a hobby, right? Talk about me for a second. I would say I do have an identity around, I'm a life coach. I help women change their lives. I help them create healthy habits. I help them set boundaries. I help them to really just have this balance and really live a life that feels true and aligned to them. Like I don't want to lie, like I do have an identity around work for myself. I work with women. I have a lot of time freedom. I have flexibility. This is what it is. So also for me, like it's different. You know, I have to like change my identity and give myself permission that it's okay to, you know, entertain and be interested in other things outside of this role. And it is. And it's just something I'm getting excited about, of what else is available to me that I now have the bandwidth and the capacity at this stage in motherhood. You know, kid being at daycare 4 days a week, every other Friday, my husband, you know, we tag team. Like, okay, what can I do? Where can I challenge myself? Where can I, you know, be more like part of a team that's not just behind my computer? And the more that I think about that, lean into that, the less that I like try to get out of my own way. Not try, but the less that I am get out of my own way and not having like my identity and my ego wrapped around this title or this identity of I work for myself, I work wherever, whenever, you know, I only am interested in women and helping them. Like, it's just not true. Like, that's a big part of my purpose and love for life and love for work. That's not going to change. But I think there's something more for me. And I think I'm ready for a new challenge and opportunities. New, but in addition, you know, not but, and in addition to what I do, to kind of like reignite that spark and that excitement in my day-to-day life again. And, you know, having another 6-figure income, that would be pretty cool too. Like, and I'll be full transparency here, you know, full like disclaimer and just really honest. In my life coaching practice, I don't make 6 figures. I don't slay my schedule with a ton of clients, and I don't charge them like an arm and a leg to work with me. I feel like my program, my services, what I charge for them are very reasonable and competitive in the market. So yeah. And yeah, I just want to be challenged in different ways after 8 years. And so that's what's like been on my mind, you know, and that's what, you know, to like bring this topic in this video topic to full circle. Where are you feeling blah? Where are you feeling like, is there something more to life? Where are you feeling like, I just want to like have a life facelift, like a day-to-day facelift. Like I want to be excited. I want to be challenged. Like nothing's wrong, but it also feels like something's maybe missing. Like if those are questions you've been asking yourself, that's kind of what's been going on, you know, in the background. Pay attention to it. Pay attention to it. And when you pay attention to those thoughts and you entertain them and you're open, you don't just like have this certain identity, see what opportunities come up, or see where you give yourself permission to initiate different things outside of the, you know, ordinary, or outside of the, you know, like role that you have claimed. Okay. All right. So was this helpful? Is this something you need to hear today? If it was, please give this video a thumbs up. Ask me any questions that you have below in the comments section. Again, if you are interested in working closely with me, you want to build your community, you want to really build relationships of women that are like-minded and just a sisterhood, you want to start prioritizing your self-care, you want to get better at speaking up and advocating for yourself and building, you know, setting healthy boundaries and enforcing them, you're ready to break some old patterns and behaviors and habits that are no longer serving you. You're really ready to start creating a life that feels more true and aligned for you. That's all the things we're going to be working on in my signature retreat in Florida, the weekend of January 2nd through 4th. So apply, fill out the questionnaire, apply, and let's have a chat. Like we can email back and forth. or we can hop on the phone. I'll tell you more about it, and let's determine if it's a good fit for you and something that you feel like, okay, this is the present I want to give myself this year. And then joining us in January. It's either going to be in West Palm Beach or Fort Lauderdale. My assistant is still working on the Airbnb accommodations, or a bed and breakfast. I might just go ahead and reserve out a whole bed and breakfast so we can have the entire place for ourselves. So those fine. Those details are still being tuned out, but the date is January 2nd through 4th. This is speaking to you. You've been seeking to deepen your women community around personal development, breaking old habits and patterns, really stepping into your power and really starting to show up and live life the way that really feels true for you. Come 2026, apply. Okay? Apply. Link is in the description box below. Thank you for watching. Let me know if any questions. And again, if this was helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Definitely subscribe to my channel if you like topics like this, because I talk about this stuff all the time, every week in these videos. Okay? Bye for now.